The following is a demonstration of our CiCd project pipeline. First, I branch from master. I then make a change to the code. I then add the change, commit the change, and push the code. Once the code has been pushed, it initiates a job in Travis CI. The job in Travis CI builds, tests, and creates a Docker image of the code and sends that image to Docker Hub. As we can see, Travis CI is running the tests. Once the tests have been run and passed, Travis sends the Docker image to Docker Hub. We can now pull that image from Docker Hub to our local machine. We also need to pull MongoDB for use with our project. We can now run Mongo and also run our project linking it to Mongo. As we can see in Docker Desktop, both projects are running. And are connected to one another.
So for this part of the video, I'll show you how to actually use the application and also how to set up the repository to make sure it's actually connected. What we're first going to do, disconnect here, is ensure that we're connected to the IP address of your PC and 27017. The way that it's been set up is you're going to connect this port to 27017 of the actual Mongo container. And that's going to let the application and the Mongo image communicate with each other, but you can still see it on the repository over here. So I'm going to connect to it, and you can see that users is empty. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to start using the application. Let's create some users. So post add user, and we'll send it in a JSON format because that's the way it's accepted for Mongo. Copy this and we'll send. Added successfully. Let's just ensure that it actually has sent it. So you go here and there we go. Next, what we're going to do is just going to add another user. Added successfully. There we go. So what we're going to do next is show some of the other functionality that you can do. You can update the information of the user. So let's say you want to update the PPSN number, the phone number, the email, or anything. You've got all these options, but we're just going to showcase the name. What you will need for this though is the ID of the user. So we put in an ID 1 and ID 2. So we're just going to do 2. And since we're updating, it changes from a post request to a put request because it replaces information. And we're going to change the name to Howard. Let's send that. and the code sends you the user now, and this is the new user. It sends it back to you. Let's ensure that actually has done the change. We see Dara here, and now it's changed to Howard. Great. Now we're gonna get all the users we have. That will be get users, all users, and it's get request. Send that. Sorry, it's all users, and we get a list of all the users that we have. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to find a user based on their ID. Find user and number 1. It's a get request and we send it, and we get ID 1 Shannon. Next, what I want to do is, let's say I try to find a user that doesn't exist. 3. We don't have a user yet with the ID 3. What's going to happen? We send it and we get an internal server error. The path find user 3. So just to see what happens, let's open up the actual container and we're going to look at the logs. We're going to look at the logs for our actual microservices. And we see the whole list of errors that we're used to seeing. Except if we go up, you see this here? The reason for it is an exception that we have created called user not found exception could not find user 3. Now this is behaving like we expect it to, because you don't want people to simply access users that don't exist, so it throws this exception. And we'll try deleting the users now. Delete 2, and it's a delete request. If the user does exist, it deletes the user. We go into our repository, refresh, user's gone. What if we try deleting a user that does not exist? Get the same issue. Go to Docker. We got the new exception again. User not found exception. Right.